Pokemon has many dark secrets, from Pokedex entries about beating Pokemon senseless to stealing children. All hidden behind pretty colours, so it's fine. But there's no crueler place in the Pokemon world than that little den hidden behind a smile that could fool the best of us. The daycare centre. She looks innocent to you. She's just so passionate about breeding Pokemon. Think again. She sits back and encourages atrocities against innocent Pokemon far worse than I'd ever see on the battlefield. And she watches with a smile. And that's entirely necessary to breed a competitive Pokemon. Let me show you how to create a misery factory that'll end up with a Pokemon ready for anything. Step 0. Find a great show on Netflix to have on in the background while you breed, because this might take a while. Step 1. We need a few items and generic Pokemon to speed up the process considerably. You need a Destiny Knot from the BP trader in Hammerlock, and an Everstone that you probably already have a million of. If not, wild Boldors have a 50% chance to hold one, quite common in the Giant's Mirror part of the wild area. We also need a Pokemon with Flame Body, such as the Carkol, common in the Giant's Cap during a sandstorm, but again, you might already have one of these. Oh, and you have to beat the game and get to the Pokeball tier in the Battle Tower to unlock the Judge function to check stats of your Pokemon. Done? Good. Step 2. Get a good Ditto. This poor Ditto, the crimes we will force it to commit. We have to make sure it's strong enough to take what's about to happen. You can use another Pokemon from the same egg group if you have it, but we're using Ditto because you really do need one to breed all types of Pokemon. Deal with it, just get a Ditto.
The easiest way to get a Ditto is going to be to trade for one online, but that can have various results. I traded for one online and I literally got coronavirus, so I've traded that for another one now. But if you can't find one, it's not too difficult.
Go to this den in the wild area right by the daycare centre, toss in wishing pieces until you get a purple beam, then bam! One Ditto. We'll call him Bob. There is an exploit to guarantee a purple beam each wishing piece, but it's for naughty boys and girls, so it's in a separate short video. Anyway, the Ditto should have at least 4 best stats on this checker to be of any use. But if it has 5 or 6, that will save a lot of time. Alternatively, you can just catch 2 Dittos that have the best stats in 6 stats combined, like for example my Ditto has these 4 versus these 4. That's 6, that's good enough. And remember, if you can get a foreign Ditto, it'll drastically increase the chances of getting a shiny. I got a good Japanese Ditto on a Wonder Trade, which I'm chuffed with. Step 3. It's obvious, but we need to decide what Pokemon we want and how to get one of those to make sure it's actually possible. I've decided I want a Weavile, so the first step is getting a suitable Weavile or Sneasel to start with. Gender doesn't matter, Ditto is forward like that. Not that we give it a choice anyway. We want to know a few things, such as, we want a nature to aim for and I'd be happy with Jolly or Adamant, as they raise important stats and only sacrifice special attack, which we won't need. Smogon or Pikalytics are a great place to get ideas for whatever Pokemon you want to raise. The most important note at this stage is if you want a hidden ability, or a stat to be no good, such as to have the worst speed possible to go first under Trick Room, you need to have the ability on the non-Ditto Pokemon, or no good on either. With the release of Pokemon Home, there are also certain moves that a Pokemon can only learn in an older generation as well. Everything else can be fixed by grinding in the Battle Tower, but these 3 factors can't be changed. Hidden abilities, needing minimum stats, and certain moves. My Sneasel has Pickpocket, the ability I want. It doesn't want any bad stats in particular, so I'm set. Oh, and you also pass the Pokeball type from the parent to the child, so if you care about having it in a certain type of ball, this is where you need to make that happen. You can't fix that. Now comes the horrible part. Step 4, breeding. Also the longest part. I hope you've got the good place ready. Take Bob and give him the Destiny Knot to wipe away his tears. Put him in the daycare with this Sneasel I got online. Its stats are bad, and the aim is to get all of these to say best. So now they're together, they will consult a Pelipper for an egg. No, they do it. However Pokemon do it. Ta-da! Out comes your first egg. Whenever the daycare lady shifts her post to ponder her life choices, you know she's got an egg for you. She feigns her surprise. Oh, an egg. As if that's never happened before. How lovely and, vaguely natural. Now's the time to put that Flame Body Pokemon into your party, and this will half the time it takes to hatch an egg. I see you looking, Corkole. An onlooker who does nothing is just as guilty. Anyway, we're going to run around for a bit, keep collecting eggs, putting spares in the PC if need be, and bam, one will hatch. Now, it's easier to get past the crimes we're about to commit on nameless Pokemon, so we'll give them all nicknames. This one is Error, because we're going to check for 3 things. First, does it have the hidden ability we need if we need one? No, this doesn't. Into the farm's trash pile it goes. Next egg, Cece, equally useless. Third time, Sally is a pickpocket, but its stats are even worse than the original Sneasel. See, we compare how many best stats our Sneasel has compared to the Sneasel in the daycare centre. Third, we need a Jolly or Adamant Sneasel in our case. So we go through egg after egg after Finally, Kyle arrives to save the day. He has 3 bests in good stats and massive upgrade, so Mother Sneasel comes out of the daycare, straight into the box with the rest of her children, without even seeing them. But Kyle is special. He comes out of the box and into the daycare. Imagine it, just being born, not having so much as met your mother's embrace, and you're thrown into the daycare. A woman smiles at you as she drops you around the back. A bit cramped, but it looks nice, and there's another Pokemon to play with. It wanders over, and it definitely wants to play. Something happens and she has a new egg for you, with a smile in her eyes, well aware of what's just happened. And so do you. You're in this baby breeding ring together now, for better or worse. So run around a bit more, see that glimmer of curiosity in the eyes of Ra, Julie, Ram before they get locked in the PC forever, and then Olivia. It has less specs, but it's adamant and a pickpocket. That's harder to get than the stats, so we take it out, free Carl from his torment, and deposit him into eternal rest. Now, give Olivia the Everstone, as this will let it pass its nature on to its offspring, ensuring they're going to be adamant. For now, it can just think it's a shiny rock, but Ditto is waiting, and Ditto never tires. After a while, Eric is born. Chi-Chi, we can't name a Pokemon Chi-Chi after this random mum. Shrug, she isn't adamant anyway, whatever. Eric, it's the last of Kyle's children, so it could be any nature, but it's jolly, and it has 4 bests. And it has pickpocket, so we can go with that. I suppose we made Olivia breed for literally nothing, but oh well, we're already monsters, why would we care? We go through Callum, Nigel, Victor, May, Claudia. Hey girl, how's life? About to get much worse. So this Pokemon only has 4 bests as well, but it's more useful to us. Let's go over how the Destiny Knot works now. It takes 5 stats from between the 2 parents and gives them to the baby. It can choose these bad ones, but it means if we breed enough, eventually we'll get these bests all together on 1 Pokemon. We don't care about the special attack, so we only even need 5 of them. So you can see now having a 5 or 6 best Ditto makes this much faster. But in this case, Claudia has all the best from Bob, so Bob can't give this Sneasel anymore. So Bob can retire, and my second Ditto, Bobby, can come in. Now remember to give it the Destiny Knot, because I didn't, resulting in all those pointless children. Once I remembered, I took it out, had some more babies, and we got this Sneasel I forgot to name with 6 bests, but it doesn't have pickpocket, which sucks. But we can still use this. It's better than the Ditto actually, because it's a male and Claudia's female. So at this point, once we get enough bests, we can replace the Ditto entirely. Just remember to give it the Destiny Knot. We leave the newly born Claudia in the daycare a moment, put the slightly sticky Destiny Knot on our Sneasel, and introduce it to Mother. I'll skip the details by now, you know what you're doing. Here's your egg. Rinse and repeat a few times, many near misses, and I forgot to name another one. So let's just check its stats quickly. It has pickpocket. It only has 5 bests. But we don't need the special attack, so it doesn't matter. And it's jolly. Finally, the torment is over, and best of all, our perfect Sneasel never has to go straight to the PC. It can fight to the death after going through vigorous training. But there's one step left, and that's egg moves. I want my Sneasel to have Fake Out, which you can only get as an egg move. We take any female Sneasel that we've bred, take a Pokemon in the same egg group, Cerebi has a great list for this, I'm going to use a male Berserker, and breed it with the female Sneasel so it learns the egg move. Now we just put it together with our end result Pokemon and bam, job done, it knows Fake Out. Finally, our Sneasel is ready to be trained. The last thing we have to do now is to send him to work to get his stats up, evolve him and level him up. But I'm going to do a full video on training in the future, but if you want to find out what to do next, click subscribe or check if I've already released the video by now. And now we're more or less done, but I had an idea. All of these Sneasels, these poor Sneasels, don't have a home. They're going to sit in my box forever. So I thought, why not give them away? Some of these have fantastic stats that are only 1 breeding session away from being perfect, or you can just live with it or give them a bottle cap or whatever. So I'm going to be streaming on Twitch as this video goes live, and I'm going to be streaming in 1 week's time at the time that's on the screen right now, because I haven't quite decided yet. And I'm going to live stream for a little while, and I'm going to be giving away whatever's left of these Pokemon. First come will get the best Pokemon, because that'll be the ones I've bred last, and I'll have the best bests. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, or if you've learned something, or if you're slightly disturbed, remember to leave a comment telling me why, and I'll apologise. You can like the video, you can share it, but probably not with your mum, and you can subscribe. If you want to see more content like this, I try and give some guides and be vaguely funny while I'm doing it. And finally, a big thank you to my 3 Patreons over on Patreon. Danny, Lucas and Fletcher, thanks for making this video possible. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.